Hello and welcome to Trainers on Fire Academy, the virtual classroom where you bring the passion for fitness and we bring the modern business education you need to turn that passion into a rewarding career. The question I get asked the most by trainers and fitness coaches who are mentor are how to get high quality leads, how to get prospects to your door so you can turn them into clients. So today I will share with you everything that I've done over the years that helped me build a healthy practice. First off, I would like to share with you that I became a personal trainer 7 years ago. At the time, I worked in a big gym. So I had to learn how to walk on the floor, talk to people, and then offer my services and get it into a free consultation. However, when I started working for myself about 3.5 years ago, I had to learn everything about modern day marketing and how to find people online and how to bring them to my doors without them having to belong to a gym. So it was a very different experience. I will share everything that's worked for me. So personal training has paid my bills for about 7 years. So today I'll be sharing my best practices so you can turn your passion for fitness into a rewarding career and pay your bills, hopefully. So there's a couple of different ways to get clients, and then there's a couple of different ways to receive clients. When we first start out, our efforts will be mostly spent onto getting clients, and then one of the smartest investments and decisions you can do is to invest time and efforts into systems that will help you receive clients in the long run. That sounds amazing. You may be wondering how we will get there. So the way I'll be dividing the information that I'm sharing with you today into a couple of times. We'll be going over strategies that will require a lot of your time, and there will be some strategies that you'll be investing some money. Everybody's in a little different position in the continuum, whether they're just starting out and they have plenty of time, and maybe some of you guys have some clients and a little bit of time, but also have a little bit of money saved up to invest into marketing. Maybe you're sitting on a little chunk of money that you've saved for marketing. So I'll be sharing with you some of the wisest strategies to invest your time and money. The way we're going to go about this is dividing the strategies into 3 main categories. I call them the sprint, the mid-distance, or the 10K, and a marathon. So the first one, the sprint, is all the things that you can do right now as soon as possible that will give you the fastest and quickest return of investment. That's when you generally have more time and you're not investing a whole lot of money. We'll go over one of the strategies. We'll have a financial investment as well, and it's going to be actually probably the most effective. And then with time, we're going to go over some of the other ones that are going to maybe require a little more time and money, but they will be the one that will be filling up your practice, let's say 6 months to a year from now. I know when you start out, you want to get clients as soon as possible. I remember when I started 3 years ago on my own with one client, I needed to pay the bills as soon as possible. So I tried several different things and I'll share those with you. But also, as I mentioned earlier, you want to invest some time and energy into things that will be bringing you clients without you having to make any efforts 6 months or a year or 2 later. Right now, they may not seem important, but it's just a long-term investment. Imagine in a few months when you're really busy and you're servicing anywhere from 20 to 30 personal training or coaching or group coaching sessions per week, and you won't have any time or energy left to be looking for clients. It would be amazing to get those inquiries from the other strategies you've set up first. Okay, so let's talk about what goes into the sprint categories. I'll start with what I did first. I designed a flyer, and I'll show you guys my flyer. First, I designed a flyer that was extremely ineffective. I didn't get any leads, but then I designed this guy that gave me a lot of business. So I'm not going to tell you too much about how to design flyers. I'm not a graphic designer, but I spent quite a while playing with it. So what I did was I went on Vistaprint. It's just what I used, and I used one of their templates, and I tweaked the template with my personal branding. So I already had a logo, I had a website, I had a phone number, I had an email all associated with my business, and I used the colors that I had used on my website, so everything looks similar across the board. So let's say these people got that flyer on their doorstep. When they logged into my website, they were able to see the same pictures, they saw the same branding, they saw the same message, so it started creating that trust from the get-go. Now, what I chose to do for my flyer is I showcase that I am a personal trainer. I'm not just a fitness enthusiast. So I used pictures of me training other clients. Then I made a little intro and I invited people to schedule a free consultation today. And on the back of the flyer, I gave more background info. I told what are my qualifications, what am I passionate about, who are the people I help. And then I listed some of the things that I can help people with, so they can see if they want to eat healthy or create lifestyle or whatever, they could contact me. So that made it very clear of what I offer and how through that flyer. Why I felt my flyers were effective is that I distributed in a very close proximity to where I train my clients from. So all the people who got the flyer were like, oh, there is a personal trainer nutrition close nearby. And if they were thinking about getting in shape, it was a very simple decision to call me. So I got a lot of business. That's how I fill up my practice initially. Later, I decided to create also a poster. So there's a second strategy that you can utilize is creating a poster. So this is what I made. I ordered about 10 of these. Again, those are under $100 investments, and it will just take you a little bit of time to distribute them. One strategy that I have for distributing my flyers is doing it with a friend. It's just kind of like sucks to be going door to door and distributing your flyers on your own, but it's really a lot more fun to do it with a friend, to laugh and giggle. And if you meet somebody while you're distributing your flyers to straight a conversation, it's a lot more fun. So think of doing that. Otherwise, you may be sitting on the flyers for a couple of months before you decide to distribute them, and you don't want that. So what I did with the poster was very simple. What I will do now with what I know about branding is I would post something of like, what would I be doing for people? Here, my flyer, my poster says personal training and nutrition coaching, but it doesn't make a promise. It doesn't tell people, for example, that I'll help them get in the best shape of their life. Now, if they were already thinking of a personal trainer and nutrition coach, that's going to be a very easy transition. But if they were not thinking of somebody, maybe it would have been easier transition to invite them into some kind of different message of how can I help them, what do I do, so it can really directly speak to them. And here, you know, like I have like a little clipboard, I'm dressed professionally. On the other picture, I'm training a client, so maybe some people can identify with that. They see a little bit of my environment, they see my website, so it's easy to take a picture, so they can take a picture and see your information or right there and then log into your website. So definitely consider that as an option as well. Now, another thing that I've personally haven't done, but I've seen some of my mentorees do that work for them, is organizing a free boot camp. Now, one of the trainers that I mentored build a really successful free boot camp. Now, what I think it did for her is not that she got so many clients out of it, but it was great advertisement for her social media, just to show people that she's a personal trainer. So when people check her out on social media, on her website, they could see pictures of her training a bunch of people. They could identify by seeing these people, they're just like themselves, and it made it more inviting and establish her credibility. So if you're starting out, it's great source to use to establish your credibility, to make a name of yourself, and also to be the person to go to for fitness in your neighborhood or your community or in your friend circle. So you don't know that these people may not be purchasing one-on-one or group training with you, but they may be recommending you to their friends and family. So I think there's a lot of power into organizing something in your community, giving back, and engaging people with fitness on your free time. So that could be something that you do once a month or every couple of weeks. So sit down and think of some ideas of ways that you can engage people that may be just a little different, interested in fitness. They're not ready to invest, but they can help you build your business, build your name, and showcase what you do. So the last one I saved is digital marketing or paid advertisement. This is a little trickier strategies because some of us don't know anything about Facebook ads or Google ads or Yelp ads. There's so many options, and you may be wondering, how do I even do that? There is a lot that goes into it. So there is 3 ways you can go about it. One, you can educate yourself on the topic. You can purchase a course, you can go on YouTube, you can play with it and find out what are good ways to pay for advertisement and start creating campaigns to attract people to your doors. Second strategy is you pay somebody to design the campaign, somebody who's done that before, somebody who's done it for a gym or other personal trainers or fitness coaches or nutritionists or anybody in our industry, and see what they've done for other people and then pay them to do that for you. It will be definitely an investment between their fee and also the money that you're going to be spending on the ads. Now, I'll go over a little bit of like why that's an option for us, because I know a lot of you are thinking like, well, I'm just starting out and you want me to invest like hundreds of dollars into this. If you have good closing ratio, you can make that money back in 1 month. That's a whole other topic on itself. and your closing ratio, and we'll go into that in a second, because you can get all the leads that you want, and if you're not closing them, then you're wasting those leads. It's my personal belief that we should be able to close between 70 and 80% of the people that come to our door, and if you're closing any less than that, you're wasting leads, and you need to fix that as soon as possible. If you are not 100% confident into your consultation, your setting process, you feel awkward talking about money, you feel awkward talking about packages, please go to trainersonfire.com and look into what courses we offer for sales training. Now, if you spend $1,000 to start off a campaign and get leads, but you sell 2 clients, then you've paid off for a campaign. If you spend $300, same thing, you're getting a return on investment, even if you sign up a single client. Now, let's say you don't have money to pay a digital marketer to help you design your campaign. What you could do is find somebody who is willing to trade services with you. That's what I did. One of my friends was a digital marketer and she wanted to get in better shape, so we traded services. So I trained her for a couple of months and she was able to help me create my online presence. So she gave me a lot of tips on how to create my website, how to design a flyer, and what are some of the resources I can use to do all of this. So that's the third way that you can create the advertisement. Now, here it's extremely important to get creative with the ways that you're going to be attracting people to your doors. My suggestion is to create a campaign that targets your community, somewhere where people are in a very close proximity to you, so you can start being the person known in that neighborhood or town as the personal trainer or fitness specialist or nutrition, whatever it is that you do for that neighborhood. What you can start with is free resources. Most of the time, it's going to be hard to make such a big transition between just showing up on their Facebook ad by inviting them to come for a free workout or consultation. You may need to offer something for free, like a little checklist or a free weekly regimen or top 10 things that you need to get started working out. And you can make a list of good shoes, good water bottles, good gear, whatever that you think of. So think of any resource that you can offer as a checklist or something that's 1 or 2 pages of PDF or a little education video, something that you can offer people for free so they can learn who you are, what you do, and earn their trust, so they can then maybe transition into checking out your website or your services. So either on your own or with another digital marketer, really spend time brainstorming ideas of what are the things that you can do. What is it that's so appealing when people see that offer? It's absolutely irresistible. So think of what are the things that clients ask you the most about. Is it about your supplements? Is it about your nutrition or some exercises for specific areas? Give those out for free so people can really see your talent and what you do and how passionate you are about what you do, so they can come for a consultation and sign up with you. I hope that was helpful. Let's wrap this up. So we have the fast strategies, which are making a flyer, making a poster, creating like free workouts so you can start people coming to your doors, and you can use the pictures on your social media to show people what you do, some videos, and then paying for advertisement. I'd say that probably the fastest way is through advertisements and flyers, but you're gonna spend some time, like working on those. Next are the mid-distance strategies. Building your community and your network is what's going to be the next step in you building a stronger business. I know that the sprint strategies help you get your clients to your door as soon as possible, but next what's important is to start receiving clients. The way to receive clients is through referrals from existing clients, but also from friends and family. The way to start getting more referrals is to have more friends. You can only do so much family, right? So what are ways to start increasing our circle of influence? One is obviously social media, right? So many of us are utilizing it. One thing to remember with social media though is if you are focusing a lot of your time and efforts to grow your social media and earn followers, just remember that those followers may not be potential clients of yours. Let's say for somebody like me, I train clients in downtown San Diego. If I am creating a ton of content for social media and I'm getting followers from around the world, that's not really helping my business because none of them will be actually coming to train with me. So it will be a waste of time for me to create a ton of content for me to try to attract clients through social media. What social media is good though for is for creating social proof. You can showcase what you do, you can showcase your personality, your character, your values, you can give back, you can share your tips and fitness videos and motivational quotes. So when people do look for a trainer, maybe come across to you and they check out your social media, that'll be another proof that you're somebody to be trusted. So I feel like there's a lot of power in social media, but I will be careful how I leverage it. If I really hope to get clients from that, I don't necessarily think that's helpful unless you're selling something online. If you are selling programs online or doing online training, then absolutely that would be a great avenue. But if you are seeing people in person mostly, then I'll be trying to grow your local community and your network where you are. And that leads me to the second point. The next one that I don't think that many personal trainers or fitness coaches or any fitness pros are doing is going to networking events. I'm yet to meet another fitness professional in a networking event. Now, networking events are events for business professionals where they meet and they share best practices, they cross-refer clients to each other. So let's say you may have somebody who sells insurance and you may have a lawyer. They'll share with each other what their businesses are, how they help people. And now that this lawyer knows this insurance person, anytime one of their clients is also looking for insurance, they can refer them to somebody, and vice versa. If the insurance person sees that one of their clients or friends needs a specific type of attorney, they can refer them to their new friend. So there's barely ever fitness professionals to those events. So it's a great way for you to go and meet new people and increase your network. The more people that you know in different with different areas of expertise, the better for you. And also that'll be a great contribution to your clients. If you ever have a client who shares a problem with you and you can refer them to a professional, that looks amazing for you. You look like somebody who is influential and well connected in your community. So it's a great way to meet more people and increase your network and get more referrals from your network. That's number 2. Number 3, it's joining groups. Now there's different ways you can go about this. There are Facebook groups, there are specialty groups. Let's say I am Bulgarian and I'm a mom. I also like lifting, I like reading. So you can look for different groups that meet different people that have the same passions like myself. So if I wanted to maybe join a mom group here in San Diego, I can join that group and start making friends and starting to see ways I can contribute to this group by sharing fitness tips with them, or something that I've tried with my clients, or something that I do to stay fit as a mom, and start contributing to that community. So these people now know me as their go-to fitness professional. So you can think of any communities that you may want to join, like virtual communities or real communities, and join those groups to start meeting new people and helping them with their fitness goals, at first as friends and maybe potentially one day as clients. And of course they could be referring their friends and family to you if they're not the one working with you. So that's another avenue that you can go by, is like increasing your network again and your community locally. And the last strategy of this list, let me help myself here, is building a community from your current, existing, and past clients. I feel that was something that I started doing early in my career that paid off just probably tenfold of the time and efforts and money I've invested in it. So what I've done is, when I started as a personal trainer on my own, I started having a client appreciation event. So I'll throw that event maybe every 2-3 months, and I'll invite my clients over for either brunch or happy hour, where I've purchased some snacks and have healthy and some not so healthy appetizers and some drinks, and then invite my clients to come and relax and laugh and meet with each other. So most of my clients at the time were one-on-one, but they also knew each other. So in a way, they felt like they belonged to a community. They were part of my clientele. They were just not, it wasn't just an interaction of one-on-one, but they also belonged to a bigger community. And anytime I send a mass email to update my clients or something that I'm doing or a challenge that I'm having, I'll address them as dear beasts, because those were my beasts. And that way I created another level of belonging to my community of beasts. So my clients felt like they're not just having this one-on-one experience, but they were part of a group, even if they didn't know the group specifically personally. But also these events showed my clients that I cared and I wanted to hang out with them outside of those sessions and contribute and give back and have fun with them and just entertain together. So it's a great strategy to start thinking of maybe like a free boot camp or a workshop, or have a guest speaker, or let's say organize a free yoga class and pay a a yoga instructor to come and have a yoga class for all your clients, maybe for the last Saturday of the month. So think of ways that you can give back to your trainers, to your clients or your past clients, together with maybe some people that you've talked to about fitness but they haven't enrolled yet, and have events to keep those people as a community. And lastly, but not least, we have the marathon strategies. Those will be the things that you can start doing now, and by being consistent, you'll start seeing results down the line. At first, they're not gonna be the things that are gonna give you clients right away, but once you're in your practice, you can start building your legacy and building a name for yourself, so you start receiving clients. What are those things that you can start building? One is either like a stronger social media, if that's something you're passionate about, as we spoke in the mid-distance, and really grow that even more and sharing more content there, and think of different avenues you can do that with Facebook, with Instagram, with TikTok. These days there's so many ways. Other one is having a YouTube channel. You can have a podcast, or you can have a blog. So all of these strategies will not give you clients again right away, but they will start building a name and reputation for yourself of somebody who is very knowledgeable on their topic. I suggest trying all of them and see which one sticks. When I started in the industry, I felt that writing will be my strength, and I started writing different blogs. Now, what I didn't know before I started is that I loved writing, but I hate editing. I hired an editor so they could like make everything polished off and correct the grammar and the syntax and everything. However, I still had to edit it a few times before I even gave it to them, so it doesn't just look like a mess. And I didn't enjoy that. So I decided I'm not going to write. So what I started doing instead is videos. What I suggest for you is that you tried all the different avenues to see which one you have the most fun with, which avenue helps you be the most authentic and the best version of yourself. So try out video, try blogging, try having a podcast or a YouTube channel, or anything else that you can think of that you can start slowly building up loyal fans. Something that can become your library of knowledge, where can people look you up and say, wow, Kalina has history of having 200 videos on YouTube on the topics of getting fit after having children. I'll probably start being invited on in magazines or shows or documentaries, you name it. So for you to start becoming a name in the fitness industry, you need to start leaving a mark behind you, not only with the clients that you're helping, but also sharing your knowledge, your experience, and your expertise somewhere, and leaving a mark. So one tip is that if you decide to go with videos or a podcast, you also want to have those transcribed on your website to build your SEO. SEO is your search engine optimization. What that means is that if I'm a trainer here in downtown San Diego, I would like to have a lot of content about training in downtown San Diego. So when somebody Googles personal trainer downtown San Diego, I'm the one that ranks up the highest, so people can see me on the first page and look me up first. For me to do that, I'll need to have a lot of those words somewhere on my website as many times as possible for the search engine to decide that they should show my information. So the idea here is that whatever you will be specializing in and niching down, you want to have as much as content on that topic as possible on your website. If you're not going to be blogging, you'll be using video or podcast or some other form. You want to somehow verbalize that content and have it live on your website as well. So when people are searching, you'll be the one coming up. Again, those strategies will take a little bit of time, but most importantly, you need to be consistent. So start doing something now. Imagine in a couple of years, looking back to have, let's say, a blog that you've written for a week. That'll be like a wealth of knowledge and a whole encyclopedia that you'll be sharing with people and you'll be so proud of. So start leaving your mark and start your legacy right now by sharing what you know about fitness or health or wellness or work-life balance, whatever that you are passionate about, and you will be becoming more passionate. You can start sharing right now. I hope those strategies were helpful. I would love to hear in the comments what you're thinking, how was that helpful, and if you have any more questions for me that I can answer. Thank you so much for watching.